Monday, perfect time to get motivated for the week. And today we will be discussing prioritizing for productivity with Gabriel Balogun, a dedicated advocate for transforming learning and development into a strategic business driver, leveraging a powerful combination of strategy, technology, people, and content. It's such a pleasure to have you in the studio with us this morning.
Pleasure is mine.
Absolutely. Okay, so when I saw prioritizing for productivity, I was like, okay, we keep hearing about productivity, and then trying to create, prioritization for it. But then I wonder what your angle is to this, prioritizing for productivity.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
And I also think that over the years, and if you go on YouTube, go on Google, and you try to figure these things out, you hear a lot of noise about goals and time management and all of that.
Yeah, I know, right?
But in order to be productive, you need to focus on two things. You need to be able to identify key results, not necessarily goals, but key results. And you also have to work on managing your energy, not your time. I mean, everybody has 24 hours. So in the real sense, you don't manage time. You manage energy, the things you do within the 24 hours you have. I usually say that the potency of productivity is being able to say, this is what I want to achieve, which is the key results. And then creating a system that helps you do the required tasks to achieve those key results. So let's say, for instance, I want to take my bath by 8 a.m. That's the key results. To ensure that I take my bath by 8 a.m., I have to wake up at a certain time.
Yeah.
Ensure that the bath soap, the sponge, everything is available. So those are tasks.
Okay.
So once I know what the key results are, I can reverse engineer by saying, these are the required tasks to do. And then I do those tasks at required times, and then I've achieved my goal.
So instead of talking about time management, talking about ambiguous ways to achieving this, practicalize it and zoom it down to two things: managing your energy, of course, being what you're using in achieving that goal, and of course, identifying that key results.
Yes.
I find identifying the key results really interesting because we tend to have so many goals.
Good.
We say we want to do this, we want to do that. But then how do you then, really zoom it down to the key results, identifying it?
All right,
how do you pull that off?
Let's say that, and over the years, these words are used interchangeably, objectives, goals, and all of that. But you need to be able to say that, so let me use the popular example. I want to get a job.
Okay.
That's the key results. I know that I have gotten a job when I get an offer letter, right?
Yes.
So that's what a key result is.
Yeah.
The goal could be, I want to earn $500,000 by the end of the year. That's the goal. But one of the key results to achieving that goal is getting a job. So that's the key result. So you've identified the key results. Then you have to define the tasks that lead to that key results. So I have to write a CV, I have to write a cover letter, I have to do a job search plan. Those are tasks that you must create or you must do to achieve that key result that leads to the goal. So the mistake is we are so focused on the goal, we don't know when the goal is met because we don't know the results
that we are actually seeking.
Yeah. And so when you've defined the tasks, you have to now put them in 4 brackets, or basically two brackets called important and urgent, split into 4 ways. So there is important and urgent. There is not important and urgent, rather. There is
Urgent,
not important, and then there is not urgent, not important. Now, whatever is important and urgent, you do immediately. Whatever is not important but urgent, you delegate. It's urgent, but it's not important to you, so you delegate it. Whatever is urgent but is not important, oh, we mixed it up. Whatever is important and urgent, you do it.
Yeah.
Whatever is not important and urgent, you delegate. Whatever you delegate, yeah. Now, whatever is not urgent and not important, you delete.
Delete?
Because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Not.
Okay.
All right, so let's say we are looking for a job.
Okay.
Important and urgent is I must write a CV.
Okay.
Important and it's pretty urgent, I must write a CV.
Okay.
What may not be important but urgent is meeting somebody in the organization you want to apply for. And so you don't have to go to the organization yourself because you're already doing what's important. You can literally call somebody in the organization that is a friend that can speak to the HR personnel. So you've delegated that.
Okay.
Now, thinking of what you will wear on the interview day is not priority or important or even urgent at the moment. So you keep it aside, you delete it.
You delete it temporarily.
Yeah.
Okay.
Until it becomes important and urgent. And when you do that consistently, what you're doing with that is you are managing your energy.
You're not wasting it.
That's the point. You're not running around. You're not getting burnt out. And you can do this across every aspect of your life. As a father, as a mother, as a husband, as a wife, anywhere, as a pastor, even as the CEO of an... In fact, this is simply the secret to what CEOs do that gives them the ability to do a lot.
You know, I find it interesting that you mentioned the parenting part, a father, a mother, because many parents today, they are very involved in parenting, both fathers and mothers. So you're trying to balance your, raising your children with keeping your job, and nowadays, still running your side hustle. And so you're trying to balance all of them together, just so that at least you can have a good family life, so to speak. Yeah. How do you balance all three? Keeping your eye on the key results, which is, of course, earning a decent income, so you can pay all the bills, and ensuring that you don't burn out, maximizing your energy. How do you pull that off?
I believe that human beings are social creatures. And that means that nobody in the real sense is self-made. You need people around you to help you get stuff done, to help you get on with life. So for that individual, you need help. And sometimes when you work so hard to earn so much so that you don't have to do some things. And so there are certain aspects of parenting that you cannot outsource. You cannot outsource waking your kids up. You cannot outsource taking their baths for them.
Some people do.
Which, now, the problem... So if we put in our brackets, important and urgent, it is very important that you... Because that's when you have private conversations.
Yes, that's when you bond with your children.
If you outsource what is important and urgent in parenting, what would happen is that your child will be raised by someone else.
Yeah.
And then you will just be a figure.
Yeah.
But you are not a parent. So I think that the answer to that is outsourcing, and outsourcing to the right person. For instance, if I take this out of parenting and into organizations, startups, for instance, may not have enough budget to have a full in-house HR team.
Yeah.
They outsource the entire recruitment process so that they can focus on creating the product that would bring the money in. So every other thing is outsourced.
So basically, it's important for you to know, identify your key results, and of course, utilize your energy wisely, while also noting the important and urgent, not important, not important, urgent, and not important, not urgent, okay? So take note of all these factors, and they will do you good, definitely, when prioritizing your productivity. Indeed, I say a very big thank you to Gabriel Balogun. Thank you so much for your time. And thank you as well for watching. Wake Up Nigeria continues. There's still a lot more coming on. Just stay with us.